For a long time, I think a lot of us have looked at IT certifications as these things you just collect. You memorize a book, you pass a test, you get a badge. But it seems like the game is changing dramatically.
It's not just changing, it's been completely rewritten. We're looking at the 2026 update for the CompTIA Security Plus exam, the SY0-701, and it's not your older brother's certification. It's now the mandatory credential for U.S. Department of Defense compliance, and it's built entirely around zero trust, cloud, and AI threat protection.
Right, so it's a high-stakes credential now.
Exactly. And the big takeaway here is that they've killed off the theory-only approach. The core concept has shifted. If you're still studying old-school single-site perimeter defense, you're basically learning how to build a moat around a castle that no longer exists. This version is all about defending a borderless hybrid cloud environment.
It's clear the bar has been raised. So what has changed so much? How is the exam actually structured to test these new skills?
Well, it's basically a 90-minute gauntlet.
The exam structure is intense. Up to 90 questions in 90 minutes, with a passing score of 750 out of 900. But what's really notable is the weight distribution. Security operations and incident response now make up a full 25% of the score, with a huge emphasis on these performance-based questions where you actually have to fix things in a simulator.
That 25% weight on operations is the real aha moment. It's the exam's way of saying, we don't care if you can define what a fire is. We want to see you grab the extinguisher. It means you can't just read a book to pass. You absolutely need to know your way around a log audit and a SOAR platform, because those PBQs will put you right in the middle of a simulated breach.
So essentially, they've turned the exam into a job simulation?
Pretty much. Think about it this way. The old exam might ask, what is a vulnerability scan? The new SY0-701 is far more likely to give you a simulated scan report with 10 critical issues and tell you to prioritize which server to patch first based on business impact. It's testing your judgment, not just your memory.
It sounds like a trial by fire. But if the test is this practical, how do you actually prepare for it without burning out?
There's a pretty clear blueprint for that, and it's not about cramming.
For those looking to get certified, the recommended path is a 3-month plan. You start with the basics of encryption and security models in month 1, then move to practical cloud and IoT security in month 2. And the final weeks are all about doing full-length 90-minute mock exams to get the timing right.
And that last part is so crucial. People always underestimate the 90 inches 90 pace. It's a sprint. If you get bogged down on one tricky performance-based question, you might run out of time for 20 multiple-choice questions at the end. You really have to train your exam stamina.
That makes sense. I also noticed the guide really emphasizes using actual tools like Wireshark and Packet Tracer during the study phase.
That's the secret sauce. If you've actually opened Wireshark and seen what a phishing packet looks like, you don't have to memorize the definition of phishing. You just recognize it. It's about turning a study task into muscle memory. You're building skills you'll use on the job, not just factoids for the test.
So it's about building skills that last well beyond the exam day. Let's wrap up with why all this effort is actually worth it in today's market. What are the absolute must-know takeaways here?
Okay, if you remember 4 things, remember these. First, the SY0-701 is the new gold standard, period. It bakes in AI, cloud, and zero trust as non-negotiable skills. Second, practicality is king. A quarter of the exam is on practical operations and incident response, and the performance-based questions are designed to filter out people who only know the theory. Third, it's a compliance powerhouse. It's a key requirement for U.S. Department of Defense jobs, which makes it essential for anyone in or near that ecosystem. And finally, if you want to pass, follow the 3-month rule. 1 month for theory, 1 month for hands-on tool practice, and a final sprint of timed mock simulations. It's a tough cert, but it proves you're ready for the modern security landscape.